Okay, you ready? You ready? I just made a fizzy sound. What the heck? Alright. Water's never made a fizzy sound, but you ready? I'm gonna do this. 3, 2, 1. Woo. That was some good H2O. Time to review Halloween H2O. Oh my god, that gave me a brain freeze. I just bought that. That was like freezing cold. Oh my god. Alright. Let's do this.
Alright, nothing to fear. The coast is clear.
Nothing's missing.
They did a real number on your office.
My office?
There's crap everywhere.
Got mail.
Birthday card.
It's only 2 months late. I'm impressed.
Cash is good. I'm gonna need it when I go to Yosemite.
You're not going.
No, I'm going to Yosemite.
No, you're not.
Look, I know today is the day, but I think...
Oh, really? What day is that, John?
Halloween.
Oh, I hadn't noticed.
Mom, we're through with all that.
Ronnie, the phones are out.
There's a strange car parked down at the gate, but I can't seem to find any signs of trespassing.
What are you doing? Hey,
I'm just gonna go find John.
Go to the dogs. We're gonna call the cops.
Here's the door. Lock it.
So, welcome back, everyone. Whoa. Excuse me, I apologize. After doing all that, man, I'm gonna be feeling that. But that was for you all. So, yeah, welcome back, everyone, to the HalloScream review series, where we review every week. We'll be reviewing a new Halloween movie leading up to the release of Halloween Ends. So today, as I made the joke earlier, this is Halloween H2O, also known as Halloween 20 years later, and I like to call it Halloween water, because who was literally sitting there at the exec's office or whatever when they're all in the room, they're all coming up with a title. Who was it that sat there and said, you know what would be a perfect name for this, guys? The scientific equivalent of water. It's like there's you just get it because it's a fun play on words. It's like water, but it's also like the scientific word for what for because but it's also it's like water, but it's also the 20 years later. We're doing this film 20 years later. Man, whoever made this name has to be fired because that is a dumbass title. But for a great movie. I'm going to get into it, guys. I actually really enjoy this one. But before I get into it, make sure that you like, subscribe, share, do all that fun stuff, guys. And also, while you're at it, make sure that you go into the description box below, where everyone's Halloween H2O reviews are going to be. And make sure you also like and subscribe to them. Make sure you check out the reviews. We want this HalloScream series to be as big as possible. So definitely go support everyone else and what they're doing. It'll be in the description box below. So, now on to the review. Halloween H2O. This is 20 years later. It kind of sort of retcons this franchise, man. This franchise. It's just like... It's more confusing than the X-Men timeline. More confusing than, like... than many other, like, universes right now. Because, like... Man. Okay, so they retcon what happened in Halloween 6, 4, 5, and 6 actually. And this is 20 years later. Laurie, she's grown up. She has a son now. She's trying to have a better life and everything. She's trying to get over the past trauma that she had that her brother caused her, because this is still a sequel to Halloween 2. And so you get that interesting kind of dynamic of, her still battling her demons all these years later. And then how that has an effect on her kid, and you see like how that is, affecting everyone else around her. So, Jamie Lee Curtis in this movie, she's really, really good. And she is delivering a really strong performance. You really buy her and her relationship with her son. Her son is played by Josh Hartnett. I believe that's how you say his name. Many of you would know him from 30 Days of Night. He plays John Tate, because that's one thing I forgot to mention about this too, is she, I forget what name she had, but she changed her name, so she's also a Tate. But I forget what it was. It was like, dang it. I love this movie. I totally am blanking out on the name. If you guys know, just put it in the comments below what she changed her name to. But that's why she's trying to get over everything with Michael, is she's trying to have a whole new life there. But yeah, you see John Tate, he's a really great character. He's played really well by Josh Hartnett. And then you also have Michelle Williams in here, as sort of like the girlfriend figure. She's really, really great. If any of you guys are familiar with like Blue Valentine or Manchester by the Sea, she's a great, great actress. And then you even have her Jamie Lee Curtis's own mother, Janet Leigh. She pops up in this, and a baby Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Oh my God! I was like, "What? That's Joseph Gordon-Levitt." At the time, if you guys watched this in the 90s, you guys would recognize him from. Third Rock from the Sun. I was trying to think of the name of that. He's great in that, and he's really funny in that show. And then he goes on to do this, and he's great for the part he has. Unfortunately, he gets an ice skate through the face, and so he doesn't last too long in this movie. But he was a great character nonetheless. Janet Leigh was great. Everyone here was great. I thought that the you've been hearing me say this a lot, the tone and atmosphere of this film, I thought was really, really well done, because it was done in the 90s, so this was a lot more different from all the previous kinds of Halloween movies you got that were like in the 70s and 80s, because since this one was in the 90s, it kind of had that almost, I don't know how you describe it, like almost like a homey kind of vibe to it. In a way, Jack Kirby, the director here, who, did I say his name right? Jack Kirby, or am I thinking of, hold on, let me look this up. How the hell did I get, I'm sorry guys, that water is affecting me. How the hell did I get Jack Kirby confused with Steve Miner? Like, what the hell? Alright, I'm sorry. Two entirely different people, but Steve Miner, he directs this film. And if any of you guys, if y'all recognize, y'all all probably recognize that name, actually. He directed what I believe to be, it's not my favorite Friday the 13th, but it might be the best Friday the 13th, because best and favorite can be two different things. And that is Friday the 13th Part 2. He directed Friday the 13th Part 3, which is also a fun guilty pleasure. He directed House, and then he directed like a lot of other great horror movies. Like, Steve Miner is a great director. So when he did this one, it just got me, all the more excited to see it when I was younger, knowing that this director who directed all of these movies directed those, and he already made a name for himself, but then he comes here and he does a great job here. And I gotta say, it's like, I was mentioning this earlier about the tone and atmosphere. This was in the 1998. This was in the late 90s, so this was post-Scream. But this kind of feels like, I'm gonna say that again. This almost feels like Steve Miner's Scream, in a way. Like, the way this feels, it almost doesn't feel like a Halloween movie, and that might be what throws a lot of people off, because it feels a lot more like a Scream movie than anything else. And so, I mean, I love that because I'm a huge sucker for Scream. I love the Scream franchise. But it's, I definitely have felt that vibe before, and it's just, especially while watching it again, I just feel like it really captures the 90s zeitgeist, if you will, really, really well. So yeah, there's that, and then if we, talking about the characters, and by the way, while I was looking it up, Carrie Tate, that was her name. Carrie, I believe. Carrie Tate. So, that was Laurie Strode's name in this film. Also, I do want to say that, like, some of the other characters, like LL Cool J, I didn't mention him. He has a role here as a cop. He's excellent. I love his character. So, yeah, they're all really great. Now, as far as who plays Michael here, Michael Myers, here he's played by Chris Durand. The only thing that because I think he does a really great job with this role. The only thing I dislike about his Michael is really, at times, he's moving a little bit too fast. Sort of like the actor who plays Michael in Halloween 2, I feel, is like way too slow. Like, you can be slow, but not that slow. I feel like he moves a little bit too fast for Michael in this movie, just a tad. But then he also, I do not like the like eyes cutout thing. I do not like that at all. I like it when he has the black eyes. You can't really see his eyes. I do not like his mask in this movie. And I know there's like two masks. There's like a CGI mask at one point that looks atrocious. But it's this. I don't like his normal mask. Because as Dr. Loomis says, he had the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes, so.
The blackest eyes, the devil's eyes.
So not a big fan of his mask. But I will say though, Braden Timmons, if you're watching this, you did an excellent job. I will say that your mask for Haddonfield Nightmare looked really cool, especially because it had like the scarring and everything on it. You made that look actually work. I will say that. So if you guys have not seen the Haddonfield Nightmare, go and check it out, guys. It is a Halloween H20 fan film by my sequel to H20 by my friend Braden Timmons. So definitely go check that out, guys. You will not regret it. So yeah. But overall, he does a good job here, and he does some great kills. Like I said, the ice skate to the face. The throat slit. The kind of whenever Sarah gets like crushed. All the different kills in this movie. It's just like all really well done here. I thought the actual tension was actually really good. Like there was some really good spot on Steve Miner was able to direct like a really great suspense scene to where you're kind of on the edge of your seat, especially in that third act. I thought that he did a really good job there. And while we're at it, let's actually get kind of to the third act now. Let's talk about, because I've kind of talked about everything I want to talk about with this film. Let's get to the third act. So the film ends, you think that Michael's dead. He ends up falling off this balcony after Laurie gets the last blow on him. And then he goes through a table. But then, we all know, if we've seen these movies countless numbers of times, we all know Michael's not dead. So what does Laurie do? She goes full on badass, and she is holding a gun. She's holding cops up to gunpoint, like ambulance, like paramedics up to gunpoint and stuff. And so she gets inside of one of the trucks, and she's driving him off because she knows he's going to wake up. And then he wakes up there. He ends up attacking her. The car rolls down the hill, and then you see as she gets out of the car ends up crushing him. And then she just goes like he's reaching out, like, help me, sister, help me. And then she's like, bitch, die. And then she just goes and chops off his head because of what he's been doing, what he ended up doing to her just all these years and all the trauma that he caused. So that was a perfect end. And trust me, oh, okay. No, they all kind of fall off the rails after this. While I'm a fan of Halloween 2018, I enjoy it. I have a lot of issues that we'll get into when I do that review. I honestly do feel this would have been the perfect place to end it. Especially considering all the other films after this, Resurrection, Rob Zombie's Halloween, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, they're all complete and utter shite. They are shit, and I will say that to the day I die. They are awful films, and so considering that this was a good film, first off, and then considering you actually have a great ending there where Michael is actually dead, and then you have her stand up against her enemy, against her brother, and you have her lop off his own head with an axe. I thought that was brilliant. I thought that was really, really well done. I thought that was a great way to end Laurie's story, Michael's story. I thought that was a great way to put it all to a close. And then they wanted money, so they did Resurrection, which, that's going to be a rough one to watch and review for you guys. That might even be my shortest review, just because I really don't want to talk about the movie. It's so bad. But as far as this one goes, though, yeah, this one is really fun, really campy at times. Sure, the lines are cheesy. Sure, there's all this, but the fall atmosphere. And guys, I stepped outside the other day, and it made me so happy to finally see the leaves falling off the trees and everything. Oh man, I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped for the fall season. Spooky season is here. And while it's here, that's a good plug, guys. Scare Timber is happening on my channel right now. You guys can see my Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey trailer reaction, and then just sort of horror discussion, because it went on like an hour. We just discussed horror and everything, and that was really, really great. So go and check that out, guys. And then also, tomorrow, as part of Scare Timber, I will be, just before, like films like Barbarian and such come out, I will be giving you guys just some films that I'm looking at over the spooky season, and giving you guys kind of the whole fall kind of lineup. And even though it's all year round, it's spooky season for us, I'll just be giving, this is the officially titled spooky season. I'll be giving you guys kind of my most anticipated films coming up that for the spooky season. So stay tuned for that and so much more. I'm going to be covering the Jeepers Creepers films. There's going to be an announcement here soon about Hellraiser. So I'm going to be covering the Hellraiser films here, leading up to the new Hellraiser film. So there's going to be and plus there's going to be a lot of movie reviews, guys. So be on the lookout for all of that and so much more. That'll kind of be it for us today, guys. Hope you all enjoyed this review. Have you guys seen Halloween H20? Let me know what you think. Are you guys suffering from a brain freeze by, chugging down some freezing cold water? Let me know. I'd be very interested to hear that. Comment down and below and let me know if you have a brain freeze for that. So, yeah. It was a really fun review for you guys. Make sure that you check out everyone else's reviews. And if you guys want more HalloScream kind of coverage, be sure to like, subscribe, share, get the word out there, do all that fun stuff, guys. And then I'm still working on Patreon, but whenever I make it, I'll let you all know. But for right now, guys, I'm just so grateful for you all subscribing. So thank you all. And until next time, stay spooky, my friends.